The closing chapters of World War II were a maelstrom of desperation and fanaticism, a time when the lines between civilian and combatant blurred. Amidst this chaos, the story of Ela H unfolds, a young German woman whose life became inextricably linked to a shadowy Nazi resistance group. Born in 1922, her youth was shaped by the pervasive influence of Nazi ideology. By the age of 16, she had immersed herself in the League of German Girls, the female counterpart to the Hitler Youth, demonstrating a zeal that propelled her to a leadership position in her hometown of Monheim. Little did she know, this early indoctrination would lead her down a path of clandestine operations and deadly consequences. As the Allied forces advanced, the Nazi regime, facing imminent collapse, resorted to desperate measures. One such measure was the formation of the Werewolves, a partisan group designed to operate behind enemy lines, sowing chaos and disruption. The Werewolves were a symbol of a regime clinging to power, even as its foundations crumbled. Ela H, along with other fervent believers, was recruited into this clandestine organization. Her local knowledge and connections within the League of German Girls made her a valuable asset. The target of their mission was Dr. Franz Oppenhoff, a German lawyer appointed mayor of Aachen by the Americans. To the Nazi leadership, Oppenhoff was a traitor, a symbol of collaboration with the enemy. Heinrich Himmler, with Hitler's personal interest, ordered his assassination, and the task fell to SS Lieutenant General Hans-Adolf Prützmann. Prützmann devised Operation Carnival, a mission to eliminate Oppenhoff. Ela H and Morgan Schwei, both familiar with Aachen, were chosen as guides for a team of SS assassins. Their role was crucial: infiltrate the city, pinpoint Oppenhoff's location and daily routine, and relay this information to the executioners. The plan was fraught with danger, a high-stakes gamble in a city under Allied control. On March 20th, 1945, the team parachuted into German territory near the village of Geminic, but their landing was far from smooth. They were immediately discovered by a young Dutch border guard, Joseph Save, whom they tragically killed. This act of violence set the tone for the mission, a brutal and desperate attempt to salvage a lost cause. Ela H became separated during this chaotic landing, forcing her to rely on her own resourcefulness. Ela H made her way to Aachen, navigating the occupied city and utilizing her connections within the League of German Girls to locate Oppenhoff. The remaining werewolf team members arrived on March 25th, and they proceeded to Oppenhoff's residence. They posed as downed German pilots, seeking refuge and information. When Oppenhoff arrived, the assassins' plan was to execute him on the spot. However, the designated shooter hesitated, and in a moment of panic, Light Gab shouted "Heil Hitler" and fired the fatal shot. The assassination was a brutal and chaotic affair, a stark contrast to the carefully planned operation. In the aftermath, as they attempted to escape, Ela H tragically triggered a landmine. Light Gab was killed instantly, and Ela H suffered severe injuries to her knee. The explosion served as a final, violent punctuation mark on a doomed mission. Ela H's injuries landed her in a hospital, effectively ending her involvement in the Werewolves. After the war, the surviving members were apprehended and brought to trial. The Aachen werewolf trial in October 1949 saw 2 members convicted and sentenced to prison. Ela H, however, was acquitted, her role in the assassination deemed less direct than that of her comrades. She returned to her life, forever marked by the events of the war. She lived in the Aachen area until her death in 2000. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of war, the choices people make under immense pressure, and the enduring consequences of ideology. It's a tale of a young woman caught in the cross-currents of history, her life forever changed by the desperate actions of a dying regime.